All right, Kevin.
Okay, so I tried putting up the video on YouTube, but it's still dark. And so what you just saw is a common ritual that takes place in the covens of many pagan followers. In today's Christianity, that symbol would be considered to be associated with the devil or black magic and evil. I'm here today to tell you that this symbol actually has a true meaning along with many other symbols that come from a different religion, and they have a real meaning. I have been studying this topic for about 5 years, and I've delved into the lives of many pagan followers, and I myself have almost converted. Symbols within the pagan religion affect people's lives every day without them even knowing it. For example, Halloween is coming up, and kids will be going around in their costumes and will have a whole bunch of symbols on their costumes. For example, this medallion came with the costume called the Emperor of Evil, which, as you can tell, sounds evil. Well, the symbol itself is not evil. Because these symbols are misinterpreted, it is vital for you to know what they are and where they come from, and what they mean. Today I'll be talking about three different symbols. The first symbol I will be talking about is the pentacle. The pentacle has dated back over 3,000 years roughly. It is depicted as a star enclosed in a circle, and is said to be it was said to be first used in the polytheistic religion that the Greeks practiced, which would be Poseidon, Zeus, Athena, Aphrodite, and other gods and goddesses. According to SymbolDictionary.net, last updated 2009 in September, the 5 points of the star depict different, they have their own meaning. Four of the points represent the symbols four of the points represent the elements that was thought to be made of the world. The world was thought to be made up of these 4 elements in the ancient times: earth, air, fire, and water. Now the 5th point represents the spirit. Now if it's like this, where it's point up, it means the goddess. But if it's inverted, which would be the point down, it means the god. This symbol is commonly used as a protection charm in neo-paganism. So paganistic followers can put this on their windows, their cars, and their doors to ward off bad luck and bad karma. According to Practice of Witchcraft Today by Robin Skelton in 1995, the pentacle also represents the creative movement of the universe and the central rhythm of all life. It is the 4 arms, the 2 arms and 2 legs and the head of the goddess with new life in her belly. This symbol plays a vital role in the workings of pagan rituals and customs. Now, another symbol that we regularly see is the halo. The halo is depicted in artwork as a circle of light around the head of someone who would be considered holy, pure, or a saint. This all may be true, but the halo actually comes from the religion that the ancient Egyptians used to practice, where they would worship the sun god Ra. Essentially, the halo was originally called the sun disk. So in hieroglyphics that the ancient Egyptians brought to us today, what they used back then, They would depict Ra with a big circle around his head as he comes up from the eastern sky to brighten the new day. When the sun god Ra comes up above the eastern sky with the sun above his head, it represents new growth, new life, and rebirth. In a sense, so the halo is essentially a sun. All the major burials needed in the ancient Egyptian times needed to have the head of the deceased in facing the eastern sky so that they every day can be purified and start the new day anew in the afterworld. In European pagan religions, the halo is depicted as a circle. Now, the European pagan religions eventually evolved into neo-paganism, which is the paganism that is practiced today. And the circle is represented as, the circle represents high noon or the full moon at midnight. This is thought to be the height of magical power in neo-paganism, according to Witchcraft by Jarina Dunwich, 2003. Now, a symbol that seems to walk from religion to religion is the triquetra. The triquetra is essentially a knot made of 3 interlocking viscous Pisces in a circle. It has been found on stones dating back to 600 AD, but we don't know when it actually first appeared in the world. It's just been slowly getting back and back and back. The triquetra derives from 2 Latin words, tri meaning 3 and quetra meaning corner. Triquetra literally means the 3 corners. In Christianity, the triquetra represents the triquetra represents the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, with the circle unifying them all within each person and their lives. Now, in today's pagan religion, or neo-paganism, this represents the triple goddess. Now, the triple goddess means the mind, the body, and the spirit. In today's modern paganism, it is a symbol for protection as well, alongside the pentacle. The distinctive knot that you see here wasn't truly developed until the 7th century. It is also called a Celtic knot, and it's called the Trinity knot and the Celtic triangle. Today's Trinity knot has a special meaning to practitioners of Wicca, which is a form of paganism. It represents the goddess in her 3 forms. Represents the mother, the virgin, and the crone. Now, the mother represents rebirth, renewal, while the virgin means purity, first light, everything like that, and the crone represents death. In the words of Scott Cunningham, the author of Wicca, A Guide to Solitary Practitioner, the material world and the physical world, the psychic world, are intertwined, and it is the very fact that establishes the magical link, that the psychic can easily influence the material world, and the material world can easily influence the psychic world through paganistic symbols. There are so many symbols that affect our everyday lives, and we have no idea about it. We don't even think twice about it when we see it. The triquetra, the halo, and the pentacle are just 3 of countless symbols that are always misinterpreted. So now, every single day when I go to bed, I wish my head would be facing the eastern sky, so I too may be purified and sainted.